So around a couple weeks ago, Two Step Violin made a tier list of 30 famous pieces.
Nah.
But
Nah.
but because
Nah.
of that, it should be called a salmon quartet. They should
Can
make
someone make a smoked salmon?
a smoked salmon quartet. I'm so hungry.
I have a lot to say about that. Okay, let's just start with Handel's Messiah.
It belongs there.
I think it's okay. You know those monks with the signs? What did I do?
Okay, maybe it gets bumped up a tier because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. Okay, you're going into E tier.
E tier.
E tier.
E
Okay.
for excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent mean.
Boccherini's Minuet. That stays there. It's overplayed. It's annoying. I don't like Boccherini. The Blues and New Waltz. Like the Boccherini, it's overplayed. You're staying there. Bach Sonatas and Partitas. I really don't think it's that
Wait,
bad.
they're in the F tier?
Yeah, they put him in the F tier.
Excuse me?
In
No.
the F tier.
Absolutely not. No. Bad. Very bad. At least B tier.
I think D tier.
I contest.
I think you should go into D tier because D for... Don't ask me to play this too regularly, but I probably should. What is this? Pack Bell's Canon in D.
Hell tier.
Yeah, we're making a new... Oh no. Okay. I guess this is fine. John Cage 433.
S tier.
S tier!
S tier.
S tier!
That is going in the S tier.
I was so upset when they put it in the E tier, because besides the fact that there's nothing to play during 433, it's one of the biggest brain pieces I've ever heard. Because literally anybody can play, even if you're not a musician. Besides the fact that there's nothing to play, all you need is just maybe a timer on like your phone. Set it to 4 minutes 33 seconds and just sit around. And that's it. S tier!
S tier.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
Nah. All the way down. Nope.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, I made, on accident, like 15 new tiers below the F tier.
Oh. Wait, how did that happen? Wait.
I was trying to make
Wait,
just
bro.
one new row, but it didn't tell me any confirmation or anything, so I accidentally made 15 more. So...
Okay. Below F. I don't like it. It's lost almost all of its musical value because it became...
Leave it in E for the meme.
Fine.
Yeah, leave it in E for the meme. The Four Seasons. I think it's overrated.
E tier.
D. Why?
It has some musical value.
Yeah. At least for spring, it's kind of spring. Winter, it's kind of winter.
No, but like the not overplayed movements are not the worst.
Yeah, it's not...
Everything else just gets really cliched. And
Yeah, I guess,
borderline
yeah.
annoying.
Spring is super cliched. That's what really annoys me. I'll just bump it down to the E tier. I don't know what else to do. Carnival of the Animals. I'm not the most familiar with this piece, but it's okay. I guess it's just a character piece.
Yeah. That's
I guess C for character.
C for character.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Mendelssohn Violin Concerto.
I
It's
think
okay.
It's at least B. I personally like it, but not because of the second movement. It's like immature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
sort of just
It's a typical pretty
teenager-
piece, kind of just like, it's pretty, it's an interlude, it's there to fill time. But then when you get to the third movement is very technically
It's fun.
challenging. I'm moving it up. Moving up to B.
Yes.
Mozart's Symphony Number 40. I think it's fine where it is.
Yeah, Mozart 40 should be below Mendelssohn.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Mozart 40.
It's not a bad one though. The last movement is actually very nice.
Oh, I haven't listened to the last
You
movement.
should. It's Pretty nice.
Okay. Prokofiev, Romeo and Juliet. I forgot to listen to this one. Oh. Okay. Okay. I think I should just leave it where it is because I don't really know too much about it. Bolero. I feel so bad for the drum players, dude. Seriously.
No, feel good for the snare player. They get a standing ovation every time.
Yeah, but the part is so boring!
But they get a standing ovation.
I don't know, D for drums.
Bruh.
Stress is done one. We never got to finish that one. Yeah, we barely attempted it.
Isn't that the one with
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's from Dawn. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't hate it.
I was leaving in C tier. It's fine. It's whatever.
Whatever.
Navara. I played this. It was fun. I messed up. It's mainly
It's not harmonically very complex.
yeah, it's a lot of thirds between the first and second violins. It's just mainly a lot of thirds. Sometimes there's some polyphony going on. I'll move it up to the B tier. It's okay. Rhapsody in Blue.
F tier.
F tier.
No, all the way down, all the way at the bottom. No, thank you.
It's better than Pac-Bell's Cannon.
Okay, fine. The tier above Pac-Bell's Cannon.
Seriously? Is it seriously better than Bach? It's worse than wait. No, Boccherini's dual minuet sucks. Okay, Boccherini is going on to the no tier. Post a noob going to the tier above the no tier. Rhapsody in Blue. Yeah, okay, I'll just leave you in the F tier. Actually, it's fine. It's just so overplayed. Didn't United use that?
Pretty sure they're the crappy airline.
Barbara, Adagio for strings. I forgot to listen to it.
Oh wait,
Do it know?
it doesn't ring a bell.
No,
You were telling me that you've never heard this before.
I don't think so.
I'm not against that. It's
Yeah,
not bad. It kind of drags.
Yeah, I'll move it
It's a
down to C
Adagio,
tier. A Trout Quintet. I took a few snippets of this. It's kind of just the typical pretty piece. It didn't really stand out in my opinion.
but It's fine.
Yeah.
B tier's okay.
Nah, C tier.
See,
Brahms Violin Concerto. I've played this before. This is a concerto where like they put the key signature in D major, but it sounds like D minor, yeah?
yes.
Yeah. I think it's okay. But let's just put it in the B tier for big brain energy.
B for Brahms.
Dvorak Cello Concerto. I listened to it. I love the intensity. I think it's okay in the A tier.
What?
I don't
You're
know.
putting that above the Brahms violin?
Okay, fine.
Wait,
Fine.
wait, no! No!
Fine. Pulse the Planets. I personally like it.
Juzet was right about this one though. It's fun to play, but only some movements are nice to listen to.
Jupiter is awful to count, especially if you're a second violin.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, God.
On that. We failed so hard. I rehearsed that passage for so long and I still messed up in the
Yeah.
performance. I faked it.
But yeah, I'll leave it in A tier. It's fine.
What? No, B
It's
tier.
my video.
Okay, Mars is good.
Mars is good.
I also do like Mercury.
Oh, Paganini's Caprice number 24. Is it overplayed? I feel like it's a little bit overplayed because it's like that one piece where everybody's just like, oh, if you're good at the violin, you should be able to play Pags 24.
Yeah, it's lost its shine.
It used to be like, whoa, God tier in our heads, but now it's not.
Milstein's Paganiniana is up there though.
A tier, you mean?
Yeah, Paganiniana's A tier, but I feel like
Yeah.
the Paganini 24 should be C tier or lower.
I think I'll put it in B tier because it's not worse than the Brahms Violin Concerto.
Are you sure?
It's fine. Ginopity number 1. I think it's nice. It's pretty simple in terms of notes and rhythms and stuff, but it's just a chill piece. It's chill. C tier for chill.
Whatever. Don't really have an opinion. Because most of my basis on that piece is from...
Blockheads.
No. Well, yes, from Blockheads, but also from Stefan Kuntz's A New Satisfaction. So that thing is killer good. Why is the licensing so difficult to deal with? I just want to play it.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm sorry.
I just want to play it. I don't want to have to deal with all the legal crap. It's not fair.
The Rite of Spring.
S tier.
S tier.
S tier. No doubt.
MTT's version of it is probably my favorite.
Yep.
Also, gay icon. Shostakovich Symphony No. 5.
S tier. So good.
Seriously? I feel like he kind of wrote it just because he wrote everything else because he was stuck in Russia and like he can't write whatever he
But
wants.
it was so good because of that. He was forced to write it in
Yeah.
a more classically Russian way because otherwise he would probably be killed by the regime. But that's what makes it good. There's so many levels to that thing.
There's a lot going on in that piece, even
There
just
are-
from the little snippets that I heard. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna leave it in an A tier. I don't think it's in an S tier.
I think it's an S
Eh.
tier. You're wrong.
Beethoven Symphony No. 9.
Yeah, it belongs there.
Seriously?
Sort of the symbol of Western classical music. I mean, come on, it was the anthem of the E EU.
I should probably leave it there or else I'm gonna offend a lot of European people.
Exactly.
Debussy La Mer. I think it's just overrated. It's pretty, but it doesn't impress me.
The whole point of La Mer
La mer.
Debussy La Mer.
La Mer La Mer is not to write music for the sake of having music.
It's just kind of just to
Paint a
see.
picture.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's kind of the point of Debussy anyway.
Yeah, he and I think Ravel kind of do that.
D for Debussy.
It's it's worse than Juno Penny.
Yes!
Wow. Okay.
Mahler's Symphony No. 9. Sorry, 5. I forgot to listen to it.
S tier all the way.
Why?
Everything Mahler belongs in the S tier. I don't care what you say. It belongs in the S tier.
Okay.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm going to have an aneurysm because of you one day.
Sibelius Violin Concerto. I think it's very good.
It is very good, but is it S tier? Is it on the same level as Beethoven 9?
It's
Same
not-
level as Mahler 5 and everything Mahler?
Is it on the same tier as The Rite of Spring?
No, I don't think so.
A tier. And finally, Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I like Sibelius more though, because Tchaikovsky's is more of a pretty piece.
A tier still.
I think B tier.
A.
B. So to recap, in the S tier, Beethoven 9, John Cage 433, Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring, and Mahler's Symphony No. 5. I don't understand your obsession with Mahler.
You'll get it.
In the A tier is Holst's The Planets, Shostakovich's Symphony No. 5, and Sibelius's Violin Concerto. In the B tier is Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto, Sarasate's Navara, Brahms's Violin Concerto, Dvorak's Cello Concerto, Paganini's Caprice No. 24, and Tchaikovsky's Violin Concerto. In the C tier is Mozart's Symphony No. 40, Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet, Richard Ricard.
Richard Strauss. Richard Strauss.
Whatever. Strauss's Don Juan, Saint-Saëns' The Carnival of the Animals, Barber's Adagio for strings. Schubert's The Trout Quintet. Why is it named after a fish?
I don't know, that's Schubert.
And Satie's Ginopity No. 1. In the D tier is Bach's Sonatas and Partitas for solo violin, Ravel's Bolero, and Debussy's La Mer. In the E tier, actually, the meme tier, Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee, Handel's Messiah, and Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. In the F tier is Rhapsody in Blue, F's in chat, y'all. And in the absolutely not, in the 19th new tier, the Wooden New Waltz. And in the absolutely not tier is Pachelbel's Canon in D, and Boccherini's Minuet for string quartet.
Oh dear.
Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts below. I am entitled to my very correct opinion. You are also entitled to yours. So, yeah. What is this video? I don't understand.